Corruption will be you. Come out.
Fellow Cameroonians, today, December 9th, as we gather to observe the International Anti-Corruption Day, we are reminded of the urgent need to combat corruption in all its forms. The theme chosen by United Nations for 2024 is Uniting the Youth Against Corruption, Shaping Tomorrow's Integrity. And this resonates deeply with our aspirations for a better Cameroon. Corruption is indeed a formidable barrier to our nation's progress. It undermines development, erodes trust in public institutions, and compromises peace and security. In Cameroon, we have witnessed how corruption stifles economic growth, deprives communities of essential services, and perpetuates inequality. But today, we stand united in our resolve to fight this scourge. We must remember that corruption is not an unsurmountable problem. It is a challenge that we can overcome. This with collective action, transparency, and accountability. For the sake of the survival of our nation, we must call for unwavering commitment to integrity and good governance, strengthen and even rethink our institutions to give them the capacity to enforce anti-corruption laws and ensure that those who engage in corruption and other practices are held accountable. Let us create an environment where honesty and transparency are the norms, not the exception. Fellow citizens, we urge you therefore to be vigilant and courageous. Speak out against corruption, demand accountability, and refuse to participate in corrupt practices. Each of us, you and I, has a role to play in building a society where integrity prevails. In our country, you will agree with me that we have seen it all. Infrastructure projects are stalled, delayed, or simply mismanaged due to corruption. Despite having the resources to switch to electronic procurement, we continue to delay. In the UK, criminal cases are pending against individuals who bribe high-ranking government officials. Yet in Cameroon, no action has been taken. In France, high-ranking directors of a French company were recently convicted for bribing Cameroonian government workers. But again, no action has been taken in Cameroon. And now in France, it is said that the office in charge of prosecution in financial matters is presently investigating a major corruption case concerning procurement in Cameroon. In the US, one of the world's most important traders, Glencore, was convicted for corrupting high-ranking Cameroonian government officials. Yet, nothing has happened. The audit bench of the Supreme Court of Cameroon has issued findings clearly stating cases of corruption by several high-ranking government officials in the management of funds earmarked for the COVID crisis. Yet, no action has been taken. In Transparency International's Corruption Index, Cameroon's ranking is shameful. And according to the recent tracking report issued by the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative, the mining sector in Cameroon is opaque and lacks any coherent policy. Our failure to meet our obligations has led to our suspension from the EITI, and now we risk being completely expelled from the process. At the same time, in the records of the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, Cameroon is grey listed. Grey listed means that our measures to combat money laundering are very weak. Simply put, in Cameroon, corruption is now systemic and endemic. In other words, the state has now been captured by a few oligarchs. To you, the youth, you are the future of this country. Embrace the values of honesty and fairness. Educate yourselves about the impact of corruption and become champions of change in your communities. This can only happen through systemic change. The elections in 2025 provide a unique opportunity to effect this change and build the foundation for a new republic. Together, we must build a Cameroon where development is driven by merit, where peace is sustained by justice, and where security is guaranteed by the rule of law. United against corruption, we can achieve the prosperous and equitable society we all dream of and desire. Let us commit to this noble cause with renewed determination and hope. If you love this blessed country of ours, then this should be your principal commitment as we move towards 2025. God bless our country, Cameroon. Thank you very much.